go back, you guys kind of like followed a trail into the woods, and you
Okay, I see.
found like a trail of blood, paw prints. But the body seemed like it was like, yes, a pack of wolves were going at it, but the laceration seemed like way too huge and deep for like wolf paws.
Okay.
And then, I mean, basic, like, obviously, regular game, I would let you guys decide what you want to do, but I kind of want to test this out, see some combat. So I'm assuming you guys are like, okay, let's follow this. You see some like giant paw prints lead further into the woods. Uh, you come up onto a clearing where a shack, uh, like a just shack in the middle of nowhere, is sitting, and that's basically right here. And if I was a good GM, I would have like blocked off the rest of this, made it black. But yes, there, since you can see, there is more to it than just a shack.
Okay.
And then can you guys grab your characters and put them like right
Yeah.
outside? Does that still work?
Yeah, I'm trying to get mine to work.
I think that if we're doing D&D Beyond, the only thing that we'll need on Roll20 is just the chip icon. Is it?
All right, so upon searching the house, you guys find a note inside. Okay, the note pops up on the stream too, which is cool.
Did you write
Uh,
this?
yeah, do you want one of y'all want to read the note out loud?
I am who I am. I can't change that. Shirts woven of parsley and potions made of virgins' tears might work in old wives' tales, but not for me. It is time to come to terms with it. With Hannah's love and iron discipline, I have found a way to manage, but I must remember to hide in the woods before the full moon rises. To go somewhere far from others, far from Hannah. The attack comes and then passes. I wake up with wounds in my hands and the taste of blood in my mouth. Perhaps it is for the best that I don't remember. Killing prey with bow and arrow is one thing. To tear it apart with fang and claw, at least here, deep in the woods, I won't hurt any people. Merciful Melitel, watch over any who strayed too close. Oh!
Very nice. Also, no, I did not write that. Uh, I forgot what it was actually until Jesse started reading it.
Believe you if you said that you had written it.
I wouldn't. um, but yeah, you guys are inside this shack, and you kind of notice. Well, I guess does somebody want to make a perception check? Test that out.
What?
Yeah, I can.
Not if I do first.
Ooh, 19. So in the back of the room, you see kind of like a uh basically you see creases in the wall instead of just like flat wooden planks. You notice that it what looks to be some sort of hidden door.
Okay. Um,
Can
I
you ping where
push.
you said that door was?
So basically it's this
Oh,
this
Yeah.
okay.
this door.
Good.
Okay.
John Smith pushes Rook aside. and says, "Watch out, milady." And then tries to open up the door. I try to do it quietly though, if I can.
Okay. Well, if you're trying to do it quietly specifically, then make a stealth check. But the door isn't locked, so you can easily open it, and with 20 stealth, very quietly just open the door and stare into the void, what looks to be a cavern. And on the other side of the door, as you walk through, you notice there's a bar, like a wooden bar that could be latched shut, and then a bunch of deep cuts and scrapes into the door and door frame around it.
Which door? Can you ping it on the map? Has the that's the door that has the claws and everything on it.
Yeah, so basically the cabin is just like right out here, but then the door in the back of the cabin
Okay, I gotcha.
is this entrance.
I gotcha. Um, yeah. So, have I already opened the door? Can I?
Yeah, it's open, and you opened it quietly.
Okay. I want to gaze into the cave with my half orc eyes.
And your half orc eyes can see in the dark, is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, in the
Honest,
dark,
I'm not hacking.
in the darkness, you see a matted, furry figure lumbering through there, but it's not on all fours. It's bipedal, and it's walking back and forth, not having noticed you open the door yet.
Well, John Smith quickly says a prayer to Thor, asking him for strength, and then he whispers to Rook that he believes there's a monster lurking right there, and asks her to take a pot shot.
A hot shot?
Pot. Pot shot.
What is a pot shot?
It's like I don't know what the expression comes from, but it's like shooting at a fish in a barrel. I don't know, Melvin. What's a pot shot?
Pot shot? I think that sounds right. Like
Want me to
shooting
hit him?
in a pot,
I think it's like shooting a pot. Yeah, like
like a
having a.
blindside, like how you taking a pot, like a easy shot, like
Shot. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
taking a
Um,
pot shot at him. I was like, oh, kicking him while he's
alright.
down or something. I don't know.
Oh, I'm pretty far. Are we still both outside the doors? Like,
No, you
y'all
guys have since you opened the
through?
door, so I'd say you're a few spaces in, like right in the doorway, as opposed
You
to
say
outside it.
then? Okay. All right. Well, can I roll for animal handling and try to go hug the werewolf?
I mean, if you consider, I mean, you're a ranger, so would you consider a werewolf an animal?
Yeah, I think so. He's like at least half animal. There's no like human handling.
All right, it's D&D. You can always try. Go for it.
All right, cool.
All right.
All right, so let's get on up here and hug Mr. Wolfiekins. Okay, there we go. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna hug him and say, "What are you doing in here all alone?"
So as you're walking up, just very like how one would approach a wild animal. One wing kind of out, like trying to calm it down. You get closer, and it's like starts sniffing. Finally sees that you're there, and it's like being rears back, and it's very cautious and starts walking up to you. and then just goes to attack.
So I don't successfully hug him, even with rolling a 23.
It is not an animal. It
Okay.
is a monster.
All right.
It's, if we want to get technical, it's not even a monster. He's just a human that is shapeshifting.
Okay. That's fine.
So armor class 18, does that hit you? And I don't think 11 does.
Does that hit me?
Let's see if I still have AC for
My armor class
Rook
is
is
17.
16. Oh, it's 17 now? Okay, but yeah, the 18 still hits, but the 11 doesn't.
Okay, so I take 1 hit point.
I clicked the bite, but it showed up under the claws. No, you take 7 piercing damage.
Okay.
And now,
But wait, sorry, just for clarification. But 7 piercing damage, like, is that subtracted from my like overall current hit points?
yeah, your HP.
Very cool.
But now we shall roll for initiative.
I had to give us the initiative. Gave it right back.
Yeah, I'm glad we're doing this because I think actually I should have like narrated the scene and then have the werewolf lunge and then stop everything and roll for initiative. I think that's the way it should have gone. Oh, son of I also forgot to put the initiative tracker up there. Okay,
I gotta
let's
click my
clear this.
dude.
Yeah, I don't want to roll for initiative. Just go ahead and roll, and I'll put the first values in.
I rolled the same anyway.
11.
You're welcome, Melvin.
There we go.
You're welcome.
18, good enough. Alrighty, so Rook, after taking 7 points of piercing damage from its snarling fangs, what do you do?
I'm going to take my cobra tooth dagger and shove it into his mouth, like down his throat. Like, I'm going to deep throat this werewolf with the cobra tooth.
All right, roll the attack on that.
Sorry, my laptop is so slow. It's having a hard time opening up my page. All right, sorry, I'm trying. It's just not actually going through.
No worries.
Yeah, shouldn't I just be able to click on the
Yeah, it's going through on my end. The first, 27, 28, 23, 25. There, but geez, you're all good rolls.
Okay, well, sorry, whatever the first one is, it's not coming up on mine, but
They will all hit. So,
okay, so like repeatedly deep throat this werewolf.
yeah, the first one.
Like overthing.
Okay, yeah, so it'll take 7 piercing damage automatically from being stabbed. And then it needs to make a DC 11 con save for the poison.
I'm gonna try and refresh really
It
quickly.
succeeds, so it does not take the poison damage.
Hmm.
Or no, it takes half as much on success. Yeah, so it. My mistake. It's still poisoned. It just takes half as much, so it'll take 3 damage. All right.
All right, John Smith, do you have any silver on you?
No. takes his step in,
No.
and he pulls out his javelin of lightning and says, "But I got lightning." And he tosses it. And I'm pretty sure it's supposed to do. I gotta look it up again. I think he's got to roll like a DC check to
Yeah,
dodge.
I think it's in your notes, but we never got around to like putting it into the weapon. But yeah, you have to speak its command word. I remember that.
Yeah. What's
It's
the?
blixt.
I forget the command it is. I think it's like
Blixt.
Blixt. Okay, Blixt. There you go.
But
Blixt.
13 will hit for 6 piercing damage.
And then it's a
And then
DC 13 Dex saving throw, taking 4d6 on a failed save.
oh, it's a 4. Not a very nimble werewolf.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll 4d6.
12 damage.
Okay.
Yeah. As you
Hold up.
throw
I think 1 second. I think let me check this ability real quick. What is it? Destructive Wrath. When you roll lightning or thunder damage, you can use your channel divinity to deal maximum damage instead of rolling. So I want to do that instead. So 24 damage.
All right, so
Gotta
yeah,
mark
so it'd
that.
be just minus another 12, right?
Yeah, minus another 12. Yep.
So yeah, as you utter the command word into your javelin, and through the strength of the Order of Mjolnir summons down a lightning, goes through your arm, and as you release it, you just see a bolt connecting your arm to this javelin as you let go. Goes through, strikes the center mass of this werewolf, and before it has time to think or react, suddenly a crackling of lightning just sears this beast. You can smell the in the air. You can smell burnt hair and burning flesh coming off of it. And then yeah, as this happens, you just see this giant scar in its like the middle of its chest. Um and before it has a chance to do anything, you hear from behind you, "Please stop! Please stop! He can't take any more." And when you turn around, you realize it's the sister of the wife who's missing.
What are you doing here, woman?
"Please, I begged you to not take this case and just take the money and go. It's Neelan. It's him."
So,
Lady to. Sorry, go ahead.
so did he kill his wife?
I I I brought Hannah out here when I knew when it was the full moon, and I just wanted her to see him for who he really is, and I knew she'd be disgusted and leave, but I'm not sure what happened. He must have gotten out of his of the cabin. I didn't mean for this to happen. And just then the werewolf comes back to like somewhat human form, and "I can't believe it was you."
What? What do you mean? What's his name? Leland?
Neelan.
Neelan?
Can he not be Leland the werewolf? Come on. All right, come on, John Smith. You were saying.
I said, "What do you mean?" That's what like he just accused. He said it was you
He's
and
he's saying that like you let me out that night.
yeah.
So just for the record, we have not taken the money from this woman yet, right?
Uh, no, you guys just ventured. You followed the tracks, or you could take the money and then like, yeah, we'll definitely take the money and not tell him, and then continued onward.
Okay.
Whatever.
I can I take a turn, or are we still like?
Uh, yeah, yeah, if you want.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna roll for persuasion. Okay. Well, I'm gonna lean over and say, "Hey, Neeland, if you could just get rid of her, you'll have your revenge, and we'll leave you in peace. But go ahead and sort all of this out now. Do it for your deceased wife."
No need to tell me twice. And then he jumps up and starts charging towards Hannah, ready to tear her to pieces. John Smith,
Um,
she's Hannah's like
yeah,
right next to you. Uh,
yeah. I mean, he takes a step in front of her, and I mean, he's a wolf right now, or he's a human right now.
werewolf. He just like he was primal, and then like mentally he came back to his senses. He's still a werewolf.
Okay, well, yeah, he's John Smith's gonna take a step forward and take two hands on his warhammer and take a baseball swing at this guy as he's running by.
Wait, what? Did you not listen to anything that Rook convinced our werewolf friend of, John Smith?
What did you convince him of?
I told him to go kill Hannah.
Um, but it's a werewolf. We're gonna allow a werewolf to kill a human?
Yeah, it was Hannah's fault.
Yeah.
I'm helping Neeland get his justice, all right? And then we will rob Hannah afterwards. But do
John
what you.
Smith. John Smith does not interfere. He just lets this werewolf attack this nice young lady.
So yeah, you rolled a 0 anyway. So basically, you just kind of like
There
at
must be something wrong with the.
I don't know how you could possibly roll a 0, like a non-nat 0. But
Yeah, let me look at the. Go ahead.
as you're getting ready to swing your war hammer at this beast charging towards Hannah, or not Hannah, Hannah was the wife, Margaret's the sister. Uh but Rook kind of is like kind you guys have an abbreviated conversation as you guys make eye contact, and you just kind of like purposely swing upwards as the werewolf ducks underneath your warhammer and just full on linebacker tackles this woman, and just in an instant what was once a whole young woman is now pieces of a woman scattered across the floor.
It's like, we all love pieces of a woman.
Is that your catchphrase?
It can be.
It's basically like a 2001 video game where like the person explodes and it's just like, okay, here's an arm, leg, torso, head comes rolling up to John Smith's foot. And this werewolf, even though he's like completely uh what's the word? Um quartered this woman, is still just like clawing and tearing at the pieces.
John Smith tells him like that's enough, and sees if he's like I don't know, intelligent or not, or if he's like in a blood rage.
He is definitely in a blood rage. Um you saw that he had a moment of clarity when, earlier, but he got the okay to murder and he's in full blood rage mode. Like, yeah, cannot comprehend. 404 error not found.
Well, um, I mean, I'm not gonna like jump in front of a werewolf who's turned it away, but I guess John's gonna cast Shatter, and hopefully that backs him up, and we'll see if he's reasonable or not.
Okay.
Find it. Okay, but not Shatter. What is it? I'll cast Gust of Wind. Try to push him into the wall, I guess.
Strength saving throw. Nat 20. He's just so enthralled in this blood rage that like his claws are digging. He's like gotten past the point of like clawing at a human torso and he's just like digging his claws into the ground below it.
Sounds pretty brutal.
Okay.
He's he found out he's the one who killed his wife because of her, so he's not too happy right now.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific that I need to select to pull out my torch in this cave, or just let you and the party know that I have my torch out since I'm the only one who doesn't have night vision?
I mean, yeah, you just let us know. I'm
Okay.
in combat. It would be an action, but if you like did it before combat or after, now it's fine. But
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to pull out my torch and have a look-see around the cave and roll for.
just snarling, snapping, bones crunching, all going on behind you. You're like, oh, I wonder what's in here.
Yeah, I just want to see what else cave. Am I still rolling for perception if I'm just wanting to observe my surroundings?
Yes. So perception is basically your five senses,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
investigation would be I want to look at the beds to see if there's anything. I want to look at the dresser to see. I want to smell this, whatever. Like investigation is like your five, or I want to listen at the door if there's anything behind it. Like investigation is like narrowed down perception, I think is a better. Is that Jesse? Am I right there?
That makes
Yeah.
sense. But what about insight? How does that differ from insight?
Insight's kind of like your intuition. Like I think the main use for it is,
It's like telling if someone's lying.
yeah, when you're talking to somebody, you roll an insight check to see like are the it, and then I as the DM would be like, oh, they're as they're telling the story, they're kind of like glancing off into the distance every once in a while, or
Okay.
or
So
I would tell
insight is
you
a
they're
little bit
making direct eye contact with you the entire time they are telling you the story.
so insight is kind of like a gut feeling.
Yeah,
Investigation is kind of a like one of your five senses. Perception is all of your five senses.
Investigation is like when you're searching for something. Perception is like when you're like just observing. Like you're think about like when you're on top of a mountain and you're just looking out.
Mhm.
You see everything, you hear everything, you smell. I
Yeah,
mean,
I got it.
that'd be
Yeah. So like
touching.
I guess if I wanted to get like real in depth in the cabin, I could have done perception and like, oh, you felt a draft, but there's only one door in this uh building, and you see like a crease in the wall, and that would end it there. And then if Jesse wants to investigate that wall, then he'd roll an investigation and figure out that, oh, this crease goes down behind this dresser, and you move the dresser out of the way, and you see that there's a latch. You investigate the thing that you perceived, I guess. Would like
Yeah, it's a good way of putting it.
is like, oh, the draft is coming from here. You investigate the crease. You see that it's behind a dresser. You move that out of the way, and then the investigation check. You see like a latch that opens the secret door.
I'm still listening. I just have to stand for a minute to close my rings. So
But
Gotta get
it,
those rings closed.
I know, trying to every day,
but
Yes, ma'am.
you're
In the words of my
perceiving.
father, I can't be a fat bride. So
Mhm.
You're perceiving what, just the inside of the cave looking for shit.
yep. Yeah, just wanted to see I don't know if he's taken any other like people back there or if he's I want to know if he's just hiding in the cave by himself or if there's something else of interest back in the cave.
All right, so here's, yeah, I can kind of do a good perception versus investigation right here. So you perceive like piles of bones and like rotting meat off into the like corners of the areas, and it smells kind of foul. Now, do you want to roll an investigation and look at the bones?
Um no, that's okay.
I was
They're probably just
trying to create an example, but
fine, yeah.
Yes,
yes, you
she
want to
wants to
investigate the bones.
investigate the
Yeah.
bones.
Look at this little cat scarf, y'all.
That's nice. Must keep you warm in the freezing, frigid Houston
And
fall
Oh,
weather.
yeah,
bitter Texas weather.
freezing.
Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation on the carcasses.
Alright, I'm going to roll for investigation on these carcasses. If it will load again. Not that. Nope.
That's nature.
I know. It's like every time I scroll down, it takes a second to catch up,
Hmm.
and then I end up scrolling past it. It's just a super old laptop, and it's a pain in the butt.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Jesse, you said that you were looking for Christmas gift ideas. Just like help me build a PC, and you know, it'll
Build a
be
PC for myself. I don't know if you realize how expensive they are.
expensive.
It depends. I mean, if you want one that'll run like the new games that are coming out, yeah, it'll get expensive. But if you just want a
You gotta drop
PC,
at least $1,000.
yeah, if you want to, especially the way GPUs are now, but
Well, I mean, Jesse, you just dropped like way more than that on this, so like, it's super easy,
Yeah, what's a couple thousand more?
right?
It's marriage for you.
That's why we need to get a house with like 3 bedrooms. Have like a gaming like theater room, and then have a guest bedroom for when family comes to stay,
side
or
by
for when.
side PCs will run roll 20 and you
Yeah.
guys will be right next to each other.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
gonna be horrible. That's the dream, right?
Is it? Guess so.
Is that not like a guy's dream?
Yeah.
Anyways, the investigation. So as you, not a great roll, but as you go over to the bones, you notice that uh the carcasses are like deer and like different animal carcasses and like small bones. You don't notice any human remains back here.
Okay. All right. John Smith, let's get out of here before he notices us.
We're just gonna let a werewolf loose into the kingdom.
Yeah. Why not? He'll turn back into a human soon enough.
We've already seen him kill one person, and we know he's killed at least one other.
Okay, fine. You can take him on. I'll be waiting outside the gate, okay?
Okay. Is he still tearing up that poor woman?
By this time he's finally like started to like run out of energy, and he's just kind of like standing over what once was a body and just like just like finally calmed down and tired.
Is he still attacking, or is he?
No, he's done.
All right, John. He asks him, "Are you done?"
I've got my revenge.
And
Can I ask you of one thing before you leave?
what's that?
Put me out of my misery. I know I'm a monster. I have no more Hannah to go home to. I have nothing left in this world.
Hey, but what about your treasure?
I just have what I was going to pay you to find Hannah. You found her. You can find it in a coin purse in my house back in the town. That's all I have to my name. I've spent everything else looking for Hannah. And it was me all along.
All right. I'm gonna roll for deception and say, hey, Hannah was in your way all along. There's another monster out there for you, and you don't have to end your life.
John Smith kind of looks at him and is like twitching his warhammer in his hand.
Despite what Rook says, he kind of glances up at John Smith and gives him a little like nod of the head.
Any last words?
John Smith, if you kill this creature, there will be a divide within our party.
Just make it quick.
John Smith tells Rook that he's a danger to society and to, um, himself. Honestly, I think it's better if we give him his last wish.
Right, I'm gonna slingshot John Smith in the face.
Swings. He swings after he says that. Nope, he swings.
No.
He already swung. Critical. Oh, there's no way. He popped him in the head, and there's no coming back from that.
DM, tell me my
John
pebble hit him before he raised his axe.
Rook, your pebble nails John Smith right in his breastplate as his warhammer comes down on the kneeling werewolf's head, cracking open like a watermelon.
John Smith says a prayer. Something about how he was an honorable man and he'll rest well in Valhalla.
John Smith takes 6 damage.
You're lucky John Smith's a nice guy, or else he'd rage and attack you.
Really? I'm lucky? I could
Right?
totally.
You're not a
Totally.
barbarian.
So I'm
Yeah.
saying you're lucky I'm not a barbarian. Exactly.
Okay.
And with that ends the little